Irving for three. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
And for LeBron, last season, the longest injury absence of his career. I think he's smart to protect his body, though. If he can keep healthy, he can play for a long time at a very high level.
It's Anthony with the drive. And he overshot that one, missing. James misses.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Smith the pass to Love. Launches a three. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Anthony kicks to Rose. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 6. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And that one's good. Love's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Noah dishes to Rose. And Noah with the slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
Now, here is Smith, and they take the lead. Thompson's got his first bucket in this one.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Rose with the block. And finished off by Noah.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
LeBron kicks to Thompson. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
And finished off by Noah.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year for the chance to get love.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Williams in for Irving. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Noah. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Jennings in for Lee. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Jefferson with the three. No good. Excellent D from Thomas.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
James misses.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
But they get it back. The three finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Here's Rose. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Rose has got 8 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence. And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Jennings passes to Rose. Good D by LeBron.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Rose kicks to Thomas.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And Williams, here we go. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Another miss by Shumpert. Here's Rose. And Jefferson sends it back. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Kevin Love out there with Channing Frye. And it's Shumpert in the small forward position. From 18 feet away. And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Now Smith, after Iman Shumpert missed from long range. Lets it go with a three. Again, Shumpert missing. New York shooting 43% for the game. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
No good on the free throw.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Channing Frye.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
The Cavaliers trail by 4.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound, just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
And the Knicks making a change here. Noah's checked in. Here's Anthony. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
And Love gets it to go.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
New York moving it around. Anthony against Shumpert. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. Can't hit. Good D by Irving. Cavaliers trailing. And he lobs it up. It's stolen by Anthony. And that one's good. Anthony's got 10 points now just in this quarter. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for New York.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Richard Jefferson. He's checked in for Shumpert. And Mo Williams subbed in for Irving. And it's Anthony with the jam.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers. James comes in for Smith. Here's Rose. And Jefferson sends it back. Here's Frye. And O'Quinn sends it back. Here's Rose. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Williams, he's checked in for Anthony. On defense, New York. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Offensive rebound. LeBron kicks to Thompson. Over Thomas. But they get it back. Kicks it out to James. And the call against Lance Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter.
You know, the defense has really affected their offense this quarter. They're shooting around 34% for the game. They had a little more success in the first quarter, but so far, not much luck here.
It's deflected. Thomas with the steal. It's tipped. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Williams kicks to Jennings. Back to Williams. Pass to Thomas. Left side Rose. And the foul on Mo Williams. That's his first foul. 1:21 left in the first half. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by James. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
And for the Knicks last season, they actually shot decently on the road. They just didn't play any defense, and that's kind of what did them in.
.115 left to play in the first half.
Well, you know, going back to the Knicks on the road, they just forgot to defend the three-point shot. I mean, they had the worst three-point field goal percentage defense with their opponents making 40% of their threes against them. That was the worst in the league.
To the middle, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Nobody near Williams. And the three ball is good. Williams has got 5.
Shooting lots more threes here in the second.
And given their percentages, I'm not sure that's a good idea. They've struggled to connect from the perimeter.
Now Thomas. Mo Williams missing from long range. And the rejection by James. New York calls timeout.
And listen, Cleveland were the favorites to win the Central Division last season. High expectations given they finished third in the Central in 2014. But that's just what adding LeBron can do for a team.
Cleveland did win the Central, as you alluded to, won 11 in-division games against what was a very tough division.
No easy opponents in that Central Division last year. 3 teams in the playoffs, and 1 was knocking on the door. The Cavs did what they needed to do. To bring home the banner.
That'll be a 5-second call. "30 seconds left now here in the second. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Jefferson has a wide open look. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
It's stolen by Jefferson. With 1 on the clock. And LeBron with the layup. And now just a 1-point Knicks lead. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Knicks lead by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. 13 points and a steal. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop. But even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Porzingis is out there at Noah. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Rose. And it's Lee in at the 2 spot.
And you look at Joakim Noah. I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want. But then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts. And the energy of a mountain lion.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. got a piece of it. Irving with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. The drive by James. And it's denied.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And now the Knicks on the break. Anthony leading the charge. One-on-one here. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Irving.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
It's stolen by Smith. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Smith. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play. That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Porzingis. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, each side having a tough time staying in front.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Lee dishes to Noah. Porzingis passes to Rose. The feed to Noah. Stolen by Thompson. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now. You know, there was a bunch of stuff that went wrong for the Knicks last season, and we don't have enough time to get into all of it. And one thing that was at least decent was their play within the division.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. LeBron can't get it to go.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Tristan Thompson. And New York with a change here, too. Jennings is checked in. Well, last season, the Knicks did finish last in the Atlantic Division, but they at least took 5 games off the rest of the teams.
Yeah, and listen, they would like to avoid slipping back into the mid-2000s when they came in last in that Atlantic Division 4 out of 5 years. The division is still up for grabs year to year, so maybe the Knicks can get back on track faster than most teams that only win 17 games.
Channing Frye's checked in.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. It's Anthony with the drive. And he gets the bucket. Anthony's got 10 points in just the second half.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003 all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
It's rebounded by Cleveland. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
O'Quinn. And he converts the layup. And the Knicks lead by 2.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Hey, guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance. And really, just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
And Cleveland making a change here. Williams is checked in. And New York with a change here, too. Lee's checked in.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. And the foul on Mo Williams. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Williams inside the line. That's short off the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
To the middle. That's good from Shumpert on the assist by Jefferson. Shumpert's got his first 2 points.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Good on the second free throw.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've gotten extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game. And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Shumpert with the steal.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Jennings. Williams has got space. No good off the front iron. Here's O'Quinn. Welcome back as we get rolling once very well-contested game. Here's Anthony. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Channing Frye. And it's Irving in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
The defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
New York shooting well. They're at 45%. And Rose throws it down hard. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game. You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Pass to Lee. To the left wing. From deep. Here's Noah. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss. That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Smith drives in. And Fry kicks to Thompson. No one near James as he lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
New York calls timeout.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carry and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Like you were talking about Tristan Thompson, LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA, and Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good for him. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Porzingis. Irving dishes to Thompson. It's stolen by Rose. And finished off by Noah.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
And here we go, Anthony, heading to the hoop.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked really strong and together.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Soft touch off the glass. Anthony's got 14 points here in the second half.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to Dallas. LeBron with it. Now Anthony defending. LeBron passes to Thompson. The drive by James. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Lee. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose is got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here's LeBron to the left side wing. They get the rebound. Oh, wide open look for Love. And again, it's Cleveland. New York's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Here's Rose. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
It's taken away by Smith. Pushing it up. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Smith. Now it's a 4-point Cavalier lead. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Anthony gets the lead. Porzingis. But they get it back. They need this. Shot is off. Good D by Love.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively. Some good play from Rose in this one. He has 12 points and 7 assists. Whether it's making a tough pass or coming up with the steal, he's been able to do it.
You're right on with that. He's had a great feel, really, for his teammates as well as the opponent.
Cleveland leading by 5. James dishes to Thompson. Lee kicks to Rose. From deep 3-point range, they get a hand on it.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
And so they foul intentionally. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Shooting for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving. At the line for
so the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
LeBron, no luck.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate and embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
3-pointer. The shot is off.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the Bucks end.
So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up for Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.